What's going on, everybody? John Eric Polai here with My MMA News, and today's guest is Ty Gwerder, who has a fight coming up this Friday at Bellator 264. So make sure you guys check that out. Again, the fight date is August 13th. That is this Friday. Ty, thanks so much for taking the time out of your schedule. I know you're busy. You're preparing for a flight and everything as camp kind of winds down here. So thanks for being here today, man.
No, of course, it's not a problem at all. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And now we'll get right into everything here with Fight Night coming up here. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like this was kind of like a short notice fight. So I saw on Instagram that your fight was announced for August 13th, but I didn't see an opponent. I didn't see your name anywhere. I'm looking at schedules all over the place. And then a couple days later, it finally did get announced, like your name was on there with your opponent and the whole 9 yards there. But it all happened like relatively fast. I feel like all within the last 2-3 weeks. So was this a short notice fight for you?
Well, I wouldn't say short notice. The opponent was definitely short notice. Actually, we've had 7 different opponent changes over the last 4 months. So, I'd say 4 months. So originally, they had tried to book me to fight back in April. That didn't work out. And then they said, we'll try for May. And then for whatever reason, that fell out. And then a replacement fell out as well. And then they tried to push me for June, July, same thing kept going on. And then finally we're like, all right, August, it has to be August. And we literally went down the list of everybody we could go and fight. And we've had one top 10 opponent who said no, well, said yes. And then 2 days later was like, nah. And then, so finally they brought somebody in for me and we got an opponent and with 2 weeks notice.
So how annoying is that then? You're in camp, you're prepared, you're all ready to go. Okay, fight pulls out, so you're kind of winding back. Oh, fight's on with somebody else. You're getting ready. Oh, no, they pulled out, and then kind of cycle and repeat, and you're doing that process all over again. Just how annoying and how challenging is it to keep trying to get your body ready like that for a fight?
Oh man, this is for the first time in my career I've felt mentally drained. Because it was almost seemed like I was peaking out at the right time. And then I get the news, they're like, oh, hey, well, your opponent fell out. We'll try and find the replacement. And then I won't hear anything for a week. So, I'm in a 1 week limbo trying to figure out whether I'm fighting or not on this exact date that they're supposed to put me on. And then they're like, all right, well, we don't have anybody. We're going to have to push you back another 4 weeks. And I'm sorry, excuse my language. It's why is it only 4 weeks? I wouldn't mind a 6-week pushback so I could take a week off and let my body reset, rest. And, it's been pretty frustrating. I've been in camp for 19 weeks, to be honest. I've helped all the other guys with their camp, and I was supposed to finish up camp. I would have been originally the main date we were pushing for was at the first weekend of July, and I was supposed to fight on that the weekend before I lied, sorry. The weekend after the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier card. So, and then they pushed me back again. So I'm finally just happy that we got somebody this time and is sticking to it.
And at least one good thing, I guess you could say, out of all of this would be your gym, Xtreme Couture. And if I'm wrong here, please correct me. But I feel like, from what I've noticed from the fighters that I've interviewed that I follow on Instagram and from some other fighters and some of the things I've seen from Xtreme Couture, that you guys are grinding it out day in and day out. It seems like you guys are always ready to go for a fight, that you guys are keeping your bodies pretty much ready all year round. Is that wrong?
Yeah, oh yeah. And at Xtreme, we really preach the whole, don't gotta get ready, we just stay ready, everyone, coach is expecting us to usually be back within a week of taking off after a fight. Majority of us don't. We just head right back in Monday and we get right to it. We do a lot of live rounds every day. So it's almost that fight pace, fight pressure every day in our gym.
And now, Ty, I do want to ask you quickly, too, with Xtreme Couture. Of course, it's located in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where you're at right now. But you're originally from Hawaii. Hawaii, I know, isn't necessarily, you could say, I guess, the biggest hotbed for MMA. But, a lot of talented fighters train out of there, like Max Holloway, Yancy Medeiros. There's high-quality people to train with in Hawaii. Why exactly did you make that move, then, from Hawaii to Las Vegas to do your training?
Well, originally it was just to get out of Hawaii. I came from a football background, so I was supposed to play. Well, I played football at UNLV, and originally moved out here just to play football, and I always did I did my MMA training on the side to kind of just stay in shape in the off season, and I got injured a lot in football, and that kind of fell apart. Like my body couldn't keep up with it, so I just made the full transfer over to MMA. I decided maybe if I actually give it my full 110%, I could do something with it. I'm not just your basic athlete, and a lot of football players are good transfer athletes into to fighting. So it worked out. Thankfully, I don't want to be doing a basic 9-to-5 job. Nothing against it. It's just I don't have the patience for it myself. So it's nice to be able to stick to my athletic side and be able to put that to use.
And now we'll get into some fight night specifics here. I guess first we'll talk about your opponent a little bit. Tell us a little bit about him and what you've seen in him as you've been preparing, and what it's going to take to get a win on fight night.
I didn't really look too much into him. I'm not really the type to look into my opponents too much. I look at the basics, what they do, I like to look more for the things that you're not really good at doing. So I like to capitalize on those things, He's very tall, very lengthy. Well, I think I have a longer reach than he does, considering he's 5 inches taller than I am. Besides that, I don't think he has striking compared to me. Maybe he has better grappling, who knows? But he's got a lot of guillotine finishes from what I see. But other than that, I don't think this is a fight where, he will beat me. I don't think so. So it's one of those fights where I'd have to beat myself for him to get this win.
And now this fight here is at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut. And we were talking before we came on air here. We weren't sure if fans were necessarily going to be in the arena for this fight. But you yourself, you've been to several arenas in which there have been fan attendance. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that and how good it is to have fans back inside arenas again.
To be quite honest, I like the no fans. I like the darkness of it. It's like a backyard scrap. You just got a couple people watching. I like being able to hear the leather land. It makes a difference on the judges. Not that it really matters, but it makes a difference. When you can hear that you landed something clean, you got the guy, right? And you can hear what their corner is saying. You can hear what my corner is saying. And it's just the darkness of it all that I really like. The adrenaline pumps all the way through a fight, when sometimes you got the woos in the crowd that throws you off. It's like, dude, shut up. I'm trying to think here. But either way, I'm happy. I'm happy that we're coming back to normal, but I'm also happy if there's no fans as well, so I don't really care.
And for fight night, you're going to have a fresh haircut. I did see the photo on Instagram the other day, and it's very common for fighters to get a fresh haircut for fight night there. But I wanted to ask you about that photo you posted there. I never knew that Louis Vuitton made barber capes. Is that a real Louis Vuitton barber cape there? Because it looked like duct tape on it.
No, I guess he just had that custom made. I don't know if it was actually Louis Vuitton, but he's kind of like little celebrity barber, I guess you could say. He goes over to hotels and books in little hotel barber cuts and all that stuff, and he does a bunch of the UFC fighters like Figueiredo and all those guys as well.
Now I know the guy that cuts your hair does a lot of work with UFC fighters and several other fighters as well. I guess, was it a Las Vegas connection? Is that kind of how you guys met there?
Yeah. Actually, Brad went and got cut. Brad Tavares ended up getting a cut from him first, and me and Brad kind of have the similar haircut. So I was like, that looks good. Maybe I'll give him a shot, and I ended up, getting my last 3 cuts from him.
And now, Ty, I want to end by talking about your relationship with Casey O'Neill. Casey's a very talented young UFC fighter, and many fans, media members, myself included, we feel that Casey is the UFC Rookie of the Year. It's been great watching her compete so far here in 2021. We're looking forward to seeing her fight again in the future. Hopefully another fight here in 2021 will be nice. I know she's ironing out those details at the moment. But obviously, Casey outside of the cage from obviously dating her. But you see her every day inside of the gym. You see how hard she works. Just talk about her journey as a fighter and just how happy you are to see her succeeding like this here in the UFC.
And Casey's awesome, she's 4 years younger than I am, so something like that, 3, 4 years. And it's cool to see her growth at such an early age. You know, when I was 23, I was still trying to figure out if fighting was still for me, you know, or was for me. And she's very skilled. She works very hard. She trains a ton, you know. And you know, I admire that her drive, you know, and she's got that still very young, like, I'm eager to learn. I want to be the best. You know, like when you start getting into doing something for so long, that fire almost diminishes just a little bit, you know? Like the fire is not burning as big as it used to when you start. So it's nice to see her be able to have that fire day in and day out. And it also pushes me a bit more, you know, like I've been doing this for a while as well. And every now and then I kind of get into my head where I'm like, but it's how bad you want it, you know? She wants it really bad. So I really love that about her. She's awesome.
And now I want to end here by talking one specific thing about your relationship here with Casey, and it's something that I'm a little concerned for you about. So, we see the photos here on Instagram, alright, you guys are so lovey-dovey, of course, because you're dating, but the other day she had on her Instagram story, and I did not screenshot this because I don't know if I'd even be allowed to show it on air because YouTube might flag it. She drew a penis on your back. And now, not only does she do that, but she also posts photos and refers to Taylor Gwerder as her wife. So who exactly does Casey O'Neill love more here? You or Taylor?
I don't know. She might actually love Taylor a little more than me. I swear, they be cuddling at the gym and stuff. Like, what? It's my girlfriend, but I mean, I ain't gonna complain. At least it's another girl, not another dude, you know?
Yeah, that is true. At least it is another woman, right? If it was another guy, it'd definitely be a lot more concerning there for you, I'm sure. So, Ty, thanks, man. I really appreciate the conversation that we had here today. It was a lot of fun talking with you. Before you roll out here today, though, social media, management, sponsors, anything like that you need to plug, please feel free to do so.
All right, appreciate it. Just you know, follow me. I don't post too much, but hey, whatever follows I can get, I appreciate the love from everybody.
All right, there you have it. That was Ty Gwerder. Again, his fight is this Friday, August 13th, Bellator 264. So make sure you guys check out the Bellator card this Friday. And also, make sure you guys go down to the bottom, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And make sure you keep going to MyMMANews to check out all of the great content that not only myself, but my colleagues as well, that we all put out. Make sure you go to social media accounts, give us a like and a follow. And speaking of social media, if you want to go and give me a follow on Instagram or Twitter, I'm at John Eric Pauli. We'll see you later, everybody.